thought you were going to say something else.
No, that's it, unless you want me to repeat the Warwick announcement.
Well, happy was the obvious omission there is Peter Steck.
Yeah. Didn't pass his fitness test, Gav. He's been struggling with his back for some time now, so we went for a second block on the facet joint. But hopefully, the second one will work now. He injured at a game on Thursday last week session, so he hasn't trained this week at all. But hopefully he'll be good to go on tour on Sunday.
Robbie, obviously you got a lot of big muscle missing in the second row. Are you comfortable with what you've got?
Absolutely. These are the starting Currie Cup blocks. JD Schickerling was outstanding last year, and Chris Mansell led the side to a Currie Cup victory, so I have no doubt in terms of what they can do. They played plenty of Super Rugby last year for us as well. So obviously Evan and Peter Steff are big losses for the team, but we certainly do back whoever comes in those guys' positions, and they've performed pretty well for the Currie Cup team last year.
Siya, if you look forward, obviously the first game this week, there's always excitement. But if you look forward to the season, give us an overview of what you feel looking forward to the season.
No, it's excitement that's going through right now. We've had a good season, a hard pre-season, and obviously we want to be better than we were last year. I thought we improved last year compared to the year before that. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. We want to play good rugby, good exciting rugby once again, and so we had to work pretty hard on our fitness and our conditioning in the pre-season. And yeah, this first game, it's the most important game for us out of this whole season, because we have to hit the ground running. So we're going to focus on us. I think it's the best way. We know what kind of team they are, so we're going to respect them and that we're prepared for them. But the main focus is to make sure that we get everything right that we've been doing during the pre-season. We want to make sure that it's all good, and yeah, we're just looking forward to make sure that we start off well. Come Sunday, it will be good to travel with a victory behind us.
Flecky, how confident are you? And you've obviously only had the 2 warm-up games. Are you concerned at all about the guys being a little undercooked, or did you address that in training?
No, we certainly addressed it in training, Steve. So look, we were always going to have only those 2 warm-up games. We did organise a third, and it didn't come around. But the 2 warm-up games for us is sufficient. We've been able to sort of adjust in our training. We've been training pretty hard against each other. We've had a fairly large squad in that sort of sense, even though with all the injuries we've had a number of Western Province players attending our training sessions, where we've been able to get through a number of sessions, hard sessions. So hopefully that will stand us in good stead for this weekend.
Off the back three, there's a lot of potential there. Exciting looking back three, but obviously haven't played together as a unit at this level anyway. No. And also, just defensively with Siya and Raymond, are you in terms of systems rather than individuals? Is that
no, happy. Siya obviously he's in and out from 7s to 15s, and it always takes him a bit of time to adjust. But he's been with us for 2 weeks now, so that should be sufficient in terms of defensive systems. Happy with the other 2. They both read the game well and defend pretty well, so no issues there. Obviously from a combination point of view, I think you're right. They're a little bit green in terms of knowing each other, and playing a lot of games together. But each one has their different strengths, and they certainly are going to add value to the way we want to play. And it's pretty exciting to see what they can do, especially in broken play. So we're pretty excited to see how these 3 go.
And how much does a guy like Dylan Lates? Last year he had a great Super Rugby, obviously became a Springbok. But how much was that sort of experience as a Springbok? Has he grown and become such an important part of it?
No, huge. Look, he had a massive season, both for the Stormers and for South Africa, and I think that the way he played for fullback in the last game for South Africa, he was pretty good. So to have that sort of calmness at the back there, obviously Espia, he's coming back from injury now, and he looks set to come on tour with us, and his experience will be missed. But the way Dylan has been going lately, it obviously gives us a lot of confidence that he's a leader in the group, and he's going to be a big decision maker in terms of what we get up to on the weekend, and hopefully can control things nicely at the back there.
Well, Craig mentioned defence. Last year I think you guys conceded 61 tries. Has there been any big changes in terms of how you approach defence?
Do you remember how many tries we scored though?
64.
Well, it's more than we conceded that.
I think you're right up there in terms of tries conceded.
Yeah, but I think that we were 4th in terms of tries scored there. So I think we should concentrate on the positives, which was our attack, and which was a major change from what we did in the past. Yes, we conceded some tries. We conceded most of those tries on tour, if you remember. When we got back, we were a better defensive output. We only conceded one try in the quarterfinal against the Chiefs, if you remember.
Robbie, obviously you mentioned you were better when you came back. This year you tour a lot earlier. Is that a concern to you?
What's that? Sorry?
So you talked about getting better when you got back home. This year you tour a lot earlier. Is that a concern to you that you might just be underdone on tour?
No, look, tours are tough. I mean, last year we went 6 in a row, and then we had the loss against the Lions before we went on tour, which was a bit of an impact. We said, mentioned a few times, we thought that we played all right on tour. Correctly, we conceded a few tries on tour, and we struggled at the end. But when we got our ship back in order, and when we came back, we lost to the Sharks, and then we didn't lose another game until the quarterfinals. So we certainly played well in the beginning. We had a bit of a dip halfway through, and that was tour, and then we came back a stronger team. Now we're touring early. Like Siya correctly said, we have to win this game before we go on tour, and then we'll see what happens on tour. We've got a lot of guys that are coming back from injury when we get back. It'll be a great confidence booster for the whole squad and morale and everything like that. In terms of if we do well on tour and win this first game, and with those guys, senior guys coming back, just adds a lot of substance to the group and our campaign going forward.
Siya, is there more cutthroat feel to the season? There's only one South African conference place guaranteed as opposed to 3 last year. Do you feel that there's no room for error in the campaign this year?
Yeah, but actually I haven't thought about it. We haven't thought about it that way. So it's going to be very tough, and especially playing against the African teams. Obviously, it's always been tough, but obviously the away games are also going to be vital this year. So you can't rely on winning only your home games. So we want to make sure we win every single game we play in. So it's going to be vital. It's gonna be tough, but we are really looking forward. I think we worked too hard to worry about making it or not making it. I think we can't bat ourselves by the way we work. So we're gonna take it week by week and prepare to play the playoffs.
So can you please give me just your thoughts on the debutants or the potential for debutants, just on each of them?
Yeah, well, obviously Raymond, comes across from the Cheetahs. He's a pretty exciting player for us. Lots of speed to burn, and he's a great finisher. So we're pretty excited to see how he goes. He's fitted in great into the group. He's a good kid, and he's the boys enjoy him. So we're looking forward to seeing that. Obviously, Carlos Sadu, a young kid, played under 21 last year with the winning Western Province side. Felt he played pretty well against the Bulls in the warm-up game. It's a big challenge for him, especially up against the Jaguars, who are known for their scrummaging. But he certainly has exceeded our expectations in the off-season now, and we're looking forward to seeing how he goes. And then George, obviously we brought George in from Griquas, obviously with the fly-off situation, and he's has suitably impressed us during this pre-season as well. A skillful player. His game sense is outstanding. He reads the game pretty well, and he's nice and calm on the ball. So we're pretty excited to see how he goes. And then lastly, JJ. We all know JJ. He's an experienced campaigner. He's been brought in to bring a bit of size and a bit of pace to the back line, and he gets an opportunity for the first time, surprisingly, for his Stormers debut. I thought he actually had a Stormers cap before he left, but it's good to see him.
So you mentioned the strength of the Jaguars pack. You got a Springbok front row. And how do you think they will go setting up the platform and obviously the loose trio with Nizam back and Kobus, you said?
Yeah, we always know with them, it starts up front with the pack. So we're gonna be tested on Saturday, and we wanna test them as well. So it's gonna be a good challenge for us. We're looking forward to. We know they're a very good strumming team, and we also back our strumming as well. We think we did well last year. And the mauling battle as well, contesting of the line out. And I think Pickles and JD did well in the Curry Cup, so it's a perfect opportunity for them. It's tough that we don't have Eben and Peter Steph, but I think it's a great opportunity for Pickles and JD. And this competition is not only won by the 23 guys, it's going to be won by the whole squad of the team. And And I think we are actually confident enough that we've all worked hard enough, and anyone in our group can come in and feel in sport and play. So if somebody gets injured, it's another opportunity for another guy, and we will back whoever is coming in. So we're looking forward to that. And yeah, we excited to have Nemo back. Thought he had like amazing games that side of the world, and he enjoyed it. He learned a lot. So yeah, we're looking forward to playing with him again. But it's gonna be tough tomorrow. You know, it might be like a tough game where we can't really show our skills. We're just gonna be stuck in the breakdown and the ruck. So we're looking forward to that. And yeah, Coach Fleck worked us hard in that department. That's what it's been. He wants to see from us. You know, he doesn't want to measure us on how we can offload or do all kind of things. It's all about chasing the kickoffs and getting stuck in the breakdown. That's where we test and where you need no talent. So it's a good thing. I think it's a fair place to check everybody else and measure people, because there you need no talent. It's just you and your whole group.
Right, so there are no more questions.